Hello and welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to another 24/7 news report. The headline news comes from David Ornstein, and it's that Everton are close to an agreement with Southampton for Tyler Dibling. The deal is worth just over 40 million with a sell-on clause. If all goes to plan, Dibling could have his Everton medical early next week. This did advance to Ornstein reporting that personal terms with Dibling have been agreed in principle. The deal also includes a 20% add-on, with then Lyle Thomas from Sports saying the deal contains £6 million of easily achievable add-ons based on on appearances and a 20% sell-on, as previously mentioned, and the overall deal ended up being £42 million. It's got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano, if you care about that. So Tyler Dibling to Everton is officially happening. Huge news. Southampton were begging for 50 mil, saying we're not going to back down, and they're getting £36 million up front, £6 million in add-ons, and I believe we actually offered that earlier. I do think the 20% sell-on has made a huge deal, but I feel like they felt like they've had their arm tugged a little, and now we're getting a really exciting right winger in who has worlds of potential, who can learn from players like Iliman Ndiaye and Jack Grealish, who I think he has quite a similar skill set to, and I think it's really good because I think he showed at Southampton he's willing to put the defensive work in. He's a good presser. He's hard working, very technically gifted on the ball. I think this is the sort of signing Everton should be making: young, talented players with worlds of potential. Tieno Barry has the potential to be a top striker, in my opinion. Dibling has the potential to, maybe not start for England, because I don't know if he could be as good as someone like Bukayo Saka, but good enough way he starts for a majority of sides in the league, which means he starts for a majority of sides in Europe. And I think it's one of those where I do hope he fulfills this potential. Also, Paul Joyce and Sky have also run with this news, but I do hope it's one of those where we're actually able to, stretch every bit of potential out of him, because there's a real player there. And I think he's a right winger. He's something we've desperately been looking for all summer. And hopefully now this means we can go and focus on signing a right back, because all of a sudden we're getting Dibling, a right wing, and a proper defensive midfielder. I think we're in a fantastic position for the rest of the season, especially if we can have a decent game against Brighton. The next bit of news is that Iliman approaches from Syria and the Premier League teams for Iliman Ndiaye have been swiftly rejected, and Ndiaye is seen as a crucial player for Everton, and that's from Fabrizio Romano. No surprise, I don't think we would have ever sold Ndiaye unless a mouth-watering bid came in, something stupid that we couldn't turn down. Still has a case for being our best player, in my opinion. I really believe that. One of the best dribblers in the Premier League, in my opinion. A really underrated player, in my opinion, as well, from the rest of the Premier League fan bases. But yeah, I think it's good to hear that. There were us rumblings about Inter Milan, even though their main priority was Ademola Lookman. But it's good to hear that Ndiaye will be staying put at Everton for another season. But I don't think anyone was surprised. El Chiringuito TV on Twitter reported that Everton have contacted Villarreal over Eta Ayong. The 21-year-old wants to stay but wouldn't be opposed to moving to the Premier League. The forward has played 5 games and scored 2 goals for Villarreal. This seems like absolute crap, if I'm going to be honest with you. David, and I'm going to make this point by saying that Mark Douglas, I believe, yes, Mark Douglas reported that Everton are looking to sign another striker. Tieno Barry is considered a work in progress based on performances in training, which have revealed rawness. So yeah, I don't think we're looking to sign another young raw striker from Villarreal. I think it's going to be a more experienced striker who comes in to still be third choice. I don't think fans need to worry about reading this. I think everyone knew when we were signing him Barry was raw, and that there was still developments in his game to be made. I still think he should be starting against Brighton, because Beto was horrendous against Leeds, and if he's bad against Leeds, I don't think he's going to be much better against Brighton, even though I do think he suits a counter-attacking style more, even though Leeds did have a majority of the ball against us. But yeah, I just think that's one of those stories where it's just, they've signed one of our strikers, let's just chuck their name in the hat again. Just continuing with the Mark Douglas section, Nathan Ake is an option that has also been explored by Everton. This has been going on for the past day or two now, no real surprise. I do think Ake would be a fantastic signing. An amazing centre-back, a really good left-back, and a fantastic defensive midfielder. Has had injury issues, but I think if for the right price, Nathan Ake would be an absolutely fantastic signing, and it absolutely baffles me that some people think this wouldn't be a good signing, to be honest with you. But it doesn't really surprise me. And Mark Douglas also reported that there have been occasionally tensions over targets in Everton's transfer committee of David Moyes, Nick Hammond and Angus Kinnear. Again, this is another bit of news it's absolute crap. It's not false, but yeah, congratulations on pointing out the obvious, mate. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's going to be tension in every boardroom. I bet there's tension in Brighton's boardroom all the time. I guarantee it, because in their transfer committee, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to make the right choice, and there's going to be disagreements. It'll be little things. It's really not that big of a deal. I think this is just made to get the attention and get a few retweets from Everton fans, for some Twitter engagement. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I think it's just headline news. It's very, it feels very tabloidy, to be honest with you. You know, being tensions and then not explaining the tensions. You know, it's no real surprise though. Moving on to some Everton women's news. Megan Feringa from The Athletic, I do apologise if I've butchered your name there, has reported that Everton Women are looking to sign Leicester City women defender Ruby Mace. Everton have had a £100,000 bid rejected this month. I don't know much about Ruby Mace. I didn't watch much Leicester Women, but the £100,000 bid makes me think she's a pretty good player. Again, any way we can strengthen the women's team, I'm happy that we're spending money to strengthen the team. That's what we want to see. We want to see us pushing for that best of the rest spot in the Women's Super League outside of both Manchester clubs, Chelsea and Arsenal. We want, because I think it's wide open for a team to push for that now. And with the way women's football's developing, there's, I don't believe there's a Women's Europa League right now, but it really wouldn't surprise me if one's introduced soon. And that's a competition we should be looking at playing to bridge the gap between us and teams like Manchester City, Chelsea, Man United and Arsenal. Especially with the stadium, I think it's good that there's willingness to spend money, and I do hope that this continues throughout the summer, because I think the women's team deserves investment as well. I think it's as simple as that, really. But that is all for this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Everton Newsfeed, and follow myself on Twitter at Callum Brannan3. And I'll see you all for the next video and or live stream that I am on.